And I'm Max.
And this is
Dango Duo!
Welcome back to Summer Anime 2018.
Summer anime. The sun is shining. The beach are full of people.
Shiny!
Want to ride the waves of the anime this season.
The shitty
it's great.
The great selection of anime that we have to choose from this season.
There are no losers in this season selection. Absolutely not. Wink!
Yes.
Hey there, if you're new to us, we're Dango Duo. We do anime content and Let's Play stuffs every single day. And welcome to our new and improved anime reaction and spoiler zone format. Woo. This episode you're listening to right now or watching is the actual formal reaction. We're gonna give you
we're
gonna give you a spoiler-less summary of what happened this episode, our spoiler-less thoughts on what happened this episode, and our recommendation whether we're gonna keep on watching and if we think you should give it a try. And then there will be a big button at the end taking you to the spoiler zone.
Where if you've watched the episode or you're not going to and just want to hear us talk in depth about whatever we watched, you can go over there.
That's the place to go. We're breaking it off to make it easier for people who want to watch the reactions before watching the episode.
Yeah, so that way, because I remember the very specific example of the poor soul who had to watch Magical Girl Site, who wanted to watch Magical Girl Site in preparation for our reaction. So this is for you. This
is for you.
This format is for you.
And for everyone else who's kind of mentioned it offhand in the past.
Yeah.
But primarily, and also just to break it off a lot, make it easier to consume for our viewers, especially for people who are new to us.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little hard to click on a half an hour analysis when really the first 8 minutes is exactly what you would want to get from it.
Yeah.
If you just want to know, what we thought about it.
Jump, not quite jump in before you know what you're doing.
So this is the new format. There should be also a link in the description down below for the spoiler zone if you want to just jump in there right after it finishes. There will also be a card on the screen. But with the format out of the way, let's dive right in. Kitty, what is Banana Fish all about?
So Banana Fish is a shoujo manga that began in 1985, has been newly animated into a anime for this season. We forgot to look up who did it, but they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a story about a New York gang leader who's 17 and very pretty, who had been bred to be this beautiful sex slave / crime dude. Listen, I've forgotten.
You're not wrong.
His various gang adventures and a Japanese boy who joins him, and then apparently they're going to kiss. So
yeah,
or hold hands because they could not kiss back in the 80s.
When this came out originally in the 80s, it came out under the shoujo kind of genre tag. When it's reality, it's the earliest incarnation of BL.
Yeah,
love.
This was before BL had its own genre, had its own fan base, so they did the best they could, which was shoujo.
Yeah.
Despite there being 2 background women in this one episode, and no prominent women seeming to be in the entire cast.
This first episode deals with the introduction of our main characters, basically the entire cast, the good guys and the bad guys. We follow mostly from the point of view of Ash Lynx, which may be the most OC character name ever.
It's fine, he chose his own last name, so I guess that's
I'll
fine. Forgive it.
At least he didn't go for, XX Shadow Lord XX.
Fair.
This first episode also introduces the titular Banana Fish, some sort of experimental drug.
Some sort of drug that seems to have very bad effects.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about, in the spoiler zone, what Banana Fish is actually a reference to.
It's a reference to something, and we'll talk about that in the spoiler zone. But first, a spoiler-less thoughts. Kitty, now you know, the viewers know what this anime was all about. Boys, gangs, New York.
Mm-hmm. Kitty? A Japanese boy who joins them and has no idea what's going on.
Relatable.
Fair.
Kitty, what did you enjoy the most about this first episode, which is titled A Perfect Day for Banana Fish, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, which, it's a reference to something, but we'll talk about that later. Kitty, what did you enjoy the most?
It's pretty.
The animation is really beautiful.
It's really nice. I really like the style that they were going for. It's soft, but, the backgrounds are all gritty. It makes a nice kind of,
contrast.
Yeah, thank you. Of, what's happening in the plot line and then, what's happening in the background.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cool little, detail of, this pretty boy in this gritty world. It's kind of nice, though. I really like the animation. And there wasn't any, weird stutters or weird like shortcuts that they seem to take. The animation was all really nice.
Yeah, no. One of the things that we have taken from having been, doing anime reactions for like years now is that you can kind of tell when they're doing shortcuts. It's that joke that we have forever where you can save 15% of your animation budget by never showing we're not showing when someone's mouth is moving when they're talking.
Yeah.
If you think that thing from Evangelion was supposed to be cool, no, it was to save
mostly
animation
for
budget.
Animation.
Yeah,
like
they get
5% to look cool.
Yeah, the hand
the
pose.
Gendo,
The Gendo hand pose of your mouth is to save budget.
Yeah, it's true.
I will chime in with my positive being as well that the animation is really pretty, and our main character of Ash Lynx is ridiculously pretty.
Yeah.
He is beautiful, almost to a fault.
Our other main character is very nice too.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
Ash Lynx, he's supposed to be the pretty boy.
The Japanese boy is a lot more vanilla.
Yeah, but he still has his own like style, which is really nice.
Yep. And even the antagonist who basically just looks like Billy Joel. Is it Billy Joel who I'm thinking of?
Which antagonist?
Oh my.
The spiky-haired boy, or the creepy mobster boy.
No,
or man?
The other gangster
man?
boy. The other gangster boy.
Which one?
The one with the green jacket.
The spiky hair guy?
Wait, oh my god, they're named the wrong person. I'm looking for the guy who sang Rebel Yell. Yeah, see, he looked like that guy. We'll talk about
right now.
Oh yeah, we're going there. Yeah, no, we thought it was pretty. The main boy is really pretty, and the animation is fantastic. There's actually no hiccups, which you would usually find in anime, especially when they go with a really pretty opening and they kind of run out of budget halfway through the episode.
No, yeah, it stays consistent.
It looks pretty. It looks pretty. But of course, it all can't be perfect. Kitty, what did you dislike the most about this first episode?
So I had read about this a little bit before we jumped in, because originally, if you saw our summer anime preview, we were like, maybe. But then everybody on Twitter was like, oh shit, yeah, banana fish. And then I was like, okay, what is this all about? So I read a little bit on it. The show, or the manga was originally in the 80s, so therefore it took place in the 80s. They have actually modernized it and brought it to modern day.
Quotation fingers, modernized it.
Except they've only really updated like background stuff. Like the language that they use is still very 80s. Like they say the 3-letter F word. There's
the costumes are still 80s.
Yeah, the designs are still incredibly 80s, but the background around them is modern, and I really think it should have just stayed in the 80s. I think that was a bad decision because 80s is hip all right now, especially like it's usually hip, but 80s is hip right now. You could have had the 80s music in the background. Yeah. The 80s designs could have gone like all the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's stupid that they moved it to the modern day. I really don't like it.
This is not my negative, but I chime in with Kitty that like this feels like a missed opportunity to have this be super 80s. Like the antagonistical figure, Arthur is the name of the guy. The green jacket boy. Like his design is 80s.
Yeah, like Ash's his outfit for the last half of the episode is super 80s.
Yeah. Listen, nobody wears flannel shirts around their waist anymore, okay?
No.
And like that one guy who helps him with like the purple hair.
Yeah, pink purple hair.
He
guy.
just looks like the human version of, oh my god, is it freaking Rocksteady? Is it Bebop? It's Bebop. He just looks like human Bebop.
Yeah.
Like that's 80s / early 90s designs.
And I really should have just
gone
all the way modern or stayed in the 80s.
Yeah, because like the only thing they upgrade is like certain cars and motorcycles are newer models. You see a real ass monitor in the background ones, and people have iPhones.
You see an iPhone, and I'm like, oh no.
And the dialogue doesn't make sense. And one of the particular bits with like the cops they look like 80s cops. Mm-hmm. Like I'm expecting to see is it Lethal Weapon? Lethal Weapon, freaking black cop and white, loose cannon, detective in the background somewhere. Mm-hmm. It just feels like a missed opportunity. Also for the music. Yeah. Because, like, man, I would have loved some synthwave stuff.
The music as it stands is kind of all over the place, which isn't, like, my favorite. So it was okay. But, alright, what's your actual
Now, my negative. I have, guys.
I tried to summarize it the best I could on there.
Guys. I will keep this, mostly spoilerless, is just to kind of go over the things, okay? I feel, especially from this first episode, and what it appears to be leading to the second episode, I feel that the presentation was at least kind of shallow, because this being a BL manga,
One of the OGs.
Yeah, and a story, ultimately you're reading this because you want to see the boys kiss.
Probably.
I hope
Most
so.
likely.
I hope you're not here because you want really in-depth gang-based New York drama.
Maybe.
Because I feel that if you want boys kissing, it's gonna take a long while for you to get that. And if you want in-depth drama, you're not gonna get that either because you're battling with wanting to have the boys kiss, and especially how the episode ends, kind of leading into, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder if it's gonna be sexy. And I'm just kind of like, it just feels shallow because I don't feel like it's gonna escalate to be like, oh man, that was a really cool in-depth, crime drama story. To me, it just feels like the crime is being a vehicle to enable the boys to
get together and
to get together.
Kiss.
And that's problematic because you're sacrificing your story for the sake of something else instead of making them work together.
And I mean, some people can pull it off, but this episode didn't feel like it pulled it off.
Yeah.
And it could entirely be the anime itself because the pacing in this episode was kind of all over the place.
I was joking that it feels like they summarized the whole first volume in one episode.
So we're not going to blame it's completely on the manga.
Yeah. See, we are reacting to the anime.
Yeah, so
I
don't know jack shit about the manga.
Yeah.
Other than what I researched, which is not very much.
And I just feel like there's a conflict of interest, But yeah, no, I have a lot more stuff to say.
In the
spoiler zone. Now, you heard what we liked. You heard what we didn't like for this particular first episode of Banana Fish. Banana Fish. Kitty, do we recommend this anime? And do we think? And/or.
No. You got it wrong again, babe.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. It's, are we going to keep watching and do we recommend that the
Kitty, we've been doing this for years. How can I not get this right? Maybe you're getting it wrong.
No,
you're getting it right.
I'm
Are we going to keep on watching?
This is definitely not a week-to-week thing. I could see maybe, depending on how people talk about it, binging it later.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're not gonna keep up with this week to week. I'm just not interested enough.
Oh, and also, by the way, this anime is available for you to stream on Amazon, so that makes it a little bit harder because you have to have Prime.
You have to pay $120 a year to watch this anime.
I mean, it's like $12 a month. You just
but
pay
you
it all
also
up front.
have to support Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you do.
Yeah.
Do we think the viewer should give it a try?
If you like crime drama, gang drama, and pretty boys, very pretty boys, you should definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, no, I like if you happen to be in the center of that Venn diagram where you like pretty boys being close to one another and crime drama set in New York, clearly not the 80s.
You're down.
You've probably already seen it.
You
own the manga.
Yeah, own the out of print manga that they're finally reprinting.
You finally unpause the video to leave an angry comment.
Yep, that's true.
So that's life. But for now,
in case you hadn't heard of it, here's your recommendation.
Yeah,
give it a shot.
Yep. We are Dango Duo. The spoiler zone will continue on in the description down below or in a card that's about to pop on the screen. But before I let you know about that, really quick outro. We have Twitter accounts on the screen right now. We also have an Amazon wishlist.
Also on the screen.
Yeah, if you want to buy us something, we'll make a video on it, whether it's a game, a movie, or some Pokemon cards you want us to unbox. And of course, this show is brought to you thanks to our patrons. Patreon.com/DangoDuo is the #1 place to support us and help us make more. You get cool perks. We're going to be upgrading our Patreon soon.
Yep.
But I'll just tell you right now that the $1 tier is going to get really, really, really cool. So if you have a buck to spare, consider tossing it our way and getting cool things like shoutouts like the following people.
Amelia.
Angela.
Annie X Hoshi.
Aerosos.
Leire.
And Luna.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for your support, you guys. You are all awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, if you become a patron, you actually get to watch these videos a few days in advance.
Yeah.
And we might work something out to release them as audio versions. We'll see. It's some cool stuff out there that could come out. But for now, we're not done.
You're done if you're. This
is
it.
See, this is the stop. If you want to get off the bus right now.
But there's still one more stop to go to.
You can head down to Spoiler City, where the grass is green and the inconsistencies
the girls don't exist because this is Banana Fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so don't drink the water. Keep an eye out for the gangs that run freely through the streets.
And we'll see you there. Maybe.
Banana Fish.